Hey, everyone. Welcome to another OneMicNite Talk. I'm your host, Marcos Luis, and this is
Liz Menezes. Hola. How are you?
Thank you guys all for joining us. Ashley's not here with us today, but please make sure you follow her at Ashley Elizabeth Green on Instagram, or you can find her also on Twitter at Ashspired Living. Make sure you follow her on that. She'll be with us next time.
Look for her.
That's right. First of all, before we get started, thank you everyone who joined us in the live chat last time. We had a great time. We had some great information and people adding comments and adding to the conversation, which is exactly what we want you to do. Liz, how did you feel about that?
I absolutely loved it. I loved the energy. I loved the interaction. I think that that's what keeps us going. So everyone out there, please interact with us. It just fuels us, you know. And what I liked, Marcos, the most was that's it.
When we got to the end of the conversation, people wanted more. I love that. I love it.
What? No, you know, so that's what we want. We want to keep you wanting more. We want you to keep on coming back. So thank you.
Thank you. And please make sure you stop what you're doing right now, drop down, leave us a comment. Let us know some topics that you want to hear and discuss with us, because very soon we're going to be going live on Instagram, and we may be going live on YouTube too. So make sure you click the bell, subscribe to the YouTube channel here at OneMicNite, so we can continue the real talk. This is the podcast that brings you real talk about life, concerning relationships, people, politics, and you. So thank you for joining us for that.
Gracias.
Liz, how you doing today?
Me, you know, we keep this real.
Right. Yeah, this is all real, 100% real.
People, I am an insomniac. I can't even speak. I'm an insomniac.
See, that's what it is, a lack of sleep.
I'm an insomniac and I do not sleep. This is what absolutely no sleep looks like. But we have a duty. We have to bring you OneMicNite.
That's right. OneMicNite Talk is here regardless. Yeah. We're here.
I can't even finish.
Well, Liz, I'm right there with you, because I've been having trouble sleeping too. I don't know what it is. I think for me, it's been a lot of things on my mind, a lot of directions I'm trying to go at one time. And I feel like, you know, I can't sleep because if I'm sleeping, I won't get it done.
Well, let me ask you this though, Mark. Could it be decisions? Could that be choices that you're making?
It could be decisions. It could be decisions. And maybe the fear of not making the right decision, or the fear of, I think probably not making the right decision.
But isn't that part of a daily existence? We make decisions at every turn of the corner.
Right. Yeah.
And we don't know if it's going to be right or wrong. And,
right.
You know, are we living in our now?
Right. And I think that's the thing, is I'm not so much concerned about what's happening now. I'm thinking about what's happening in the future, and where, you know, I can take my life, what direction my life is going in.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest concern for everybody, because we all get bogged down with responsibilities. We get bogged down with the day-to-day existence. You know, we have bills. You know, how are you going to make money if you're not? Most of us are artists. Like the people listening, a lot of us are artists, and we're independent artists. We don't necessarily subscribe to a big company, so we don't know where the next paycheck is coming from.
Right.
You know? So I think that's my insomnia.
Yes, and I totally relate, and I totally understand that concept, because I've been an indie artist for the majority of my life. So it's like, you know, you have to do better than the last. Your success at the moment is fleeting.
Right.
You know, you get awards, you get all these things, but it's momentary.
Right.
What's on the comeback? What's behind that?
Exactly.
And you know, another thing that makes me think of is, do we get no sleep because we're happy, or do we get no sleep because we're stressed? Have you ever thought of it that way? I'm so happy that I can't sleep. It's unreal. I'm living in the moment.
Yeah. I don't think that. For me, I don't think that's the case. I mean, I am happy. I think for me personally, I think mine is coming from what I'm thinking about the future and the direction that I'm going with my life, and not necessarily knowing how to get there, but knowing that when I wake up, I'm trying to move towards that goal somehow.
I think that's out of that thought that you just expressed. What's very important is I don't necessarily know how to get there.
Right.
but I'm moving, no matter if it's slow or if it's fast or if it's not right, I'm still going for it.
Right.
I'm not stopping. I'm not, maintaining myself at a level where I'm not advancing, or I feel like I have a hair in my face. You see what no sleep does? Like, what is happening? I getting back to the thought part, I think it's about that. You know what I mean? It's about, okay, I didn't make it, but tomorrow is another day. But in that same thought, it's, people say, do everything now because you don't know if tomorrow is a promise.
Right. True.
What do you think of these two thoughts?
I agree with that. I mean, tomorrow's not promised. You do have to live in the now. And I feel like I do live in the now. I'm very present. I'm very happy with where I am. My problem is, I don't even know if it's a problem, but my goal is to figure out where I'll be possibly in 5 years, or where I'd like to be. And I think that's in terms of career, in terms of finances, because every day is one less day of your life. And I don't want to make it sound like a pessimistic thing, but it's true. Where do I want to be, at 65? What would I like to have? Would I like to retire? Would I like to not have to work and be able to enjoy my life a lot more?
Right.
Even
Isn't
though
that something I'm sorry to cut you off like that. I hate that when I do that. And I still do it.
All right.
But, we don't enjoy, if you think of it really, our enjoyment of life comes when the retirement season comes in, because the majority of our life is spent working. Yeah. Working.
Right.
And who determined that 65 is the time that you have to start retirement? Who said this?
Right.
Who said this? Why can't we start retirement at 50? Why can't we start retirement at 40?
We can, but how do you? The problem is how do you maintain a life? How do you survive? That's the question. Tell us. This is what we want to know. You tell us.
I'm gonna quote Miss Kardashian.
Uh-oh.
Who got
all right.
the public eye on her with, you gotta get up. And work. Yeah. And work. Now, what do you think of her statement?
I think she even said it. I think it was taken out of context. I don't think she meant it like nobody's working or that women don't work. I think she's saying, work hard to achieve your goals. Look at what she did. She started, as how she got famous from the video.
Yeah, well, we know. Yeah.
And she built a whole empire from that. She gets up and works. What she does, modeling is not just laying there and looking pretty. There's a lot of things that go into it. You've modeled, I model.
Yeah.
It's not just, it's maintenance, it's fitness, it's eating healthy, it's, and staying on the set for 8 hours, trying to get the right shot. So there's a lot of things that go into it. So she's built an empire and an image on social media. So she's working. I don't think she meant it, in the way that people are taking it.
But you know what? And I like where we're going, because we're going into celebrity conversation, but let's stay a little bit longer on this. She took a bad situation and changed it.
Yes, she did.
For her gain.
Flipped it to good.
She flipped it like nobody
did. She sure did.
So I think that this is something that everyone out there can take notice of. If you don't like her and her persona, it's okay, but you have to respect.
You gotta respect it.
You gotta respect the hustle.
Yep.
And even when we criticize, we're still putting money in her pocket. So she knows what she's doing.
Right.
She knows that the more people talk about me, whether good or bad, I'm getting money in my pocket. Cha-ching!
That's it.
She's like, haters, hey, thanks. Keep on hating, because people are getting curious as to who you're hating, and you're selling my music.
That's it.
So how do we turn things around to serve, to benefit?
To benefit, right.
Now, go ahead, Marcos.
Go ahead. I was going to say that while we're on that subject, that's a hot topic. There's a hot topic that's going on right now.
Woo!
So I don't know if you watched the Oscars the other night, but there was an incident where Will Smith and Chris Rock got into an altercation because Chris Rock came out to present an award for Best Documentary, and he was making a joke, as he always does, and it was aimed at Jada Pinkett Smith, who was sitting in the audience with a bald head. And he made a joke about her coming, he can't wait for the next G.I. Jane 2 to come out, starring her. So
what do I think of that?
Right.
Go ahead.
So let's finish. So for those of you who are listening and those of you who are watching this who didn't watch the Oscars or who are living under a rock and don't even know what the situation is here, we're gonna finish this up. But how can you not know, right? Right. So in the midst of it, Will Smith got up during the award ceremony and he got on stage and he slapped Chris Rock.
Let me see. How can we put this? One. If you go to such a show, such an award show, and you know from years past that you're gonna have someone almost roasting you, right?
Right. Yeah.
People go in, to these award shows prepared. I'm gonna get roasted at some way, shape, or form. He's gonna pick on me. And if you're sitting in the front
row, especially.
You're asking for it.
Exactly. Anytime you go to a comedy show or a show like that, if you're in the front row, you're going to get picked on.
You're gonna.
That's just how it is.
You're gonna get picked on.
That's the unsaid rule.
That's unsaid, right?
Right.
It's understood.
Right.
Secondary, right? Do I think he was trying to be offensive to her? No, I don't. I think that he picked something on her appearance and associated it on the spot to something else, right? And I don't think he knew that she had alopecia.
Right.
So, I think that go ahead. Let's take this. Let's dissect this whole thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. I was going to say, even if he did know that she had alopecia, I don't think that's what his association was with it. He was talking about the physical. And in fact, it's kind of a backhanded compliment because if you recall the movie with G.I. Jane, Demi Moore was stunning. Yeah. She was stunning with a bald head, right?
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith is stunning with a bald head. So that was the association. It had nothing to do with the alopecia. I don't think.
I agree with you. I totally 100% agree with you. I mean, Jada is gorgeous with hair and without hair.
Both. Right.
So, and she has shown herself to be a very confident and strong. She's like a strong type of, woman.
Right.
So I don't think, what something that someone else brought up to me that I want to bring up is that if she saw that he got up, when she seemed to get a little upset about it and she saw that he got up and you could tell someone's intention, like, he got up with a type of anger. He did. Don't you think that she should have said, I'm okay?
Yeah.
No, baby, sit down.
Right.
We're
right. At that point, I think she knows her husband well enough to know that his intention was to do something. Yeah. It wasn't a joke. He didn't look like he was going up there to laugh. Right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she thought he was going to slap him, or even the people in the audience. I don't know.
Come on.
Doubtful.
You just said that she knows her husband.
Yeah. Right.
And they've been together for a long time.
Right.
Your husband. So, don't you think that she might have made a pull at him, like, listen, let's handle this later. Let's talk about this later. I'm okay. Right.
So now, what do you think the response of Chris Rock was? Do you think that was a good response?
I think it was a great response.
Mm-hmm.
I think he handles himself with class, because if he would have faced another type of individual, I think we would have seen a brawl.
Right. I agree.
I think that he handled it really well, because
I think so too.
The reaction of anybody who gets hit, even words trigger people. Even words trigger people to be like.
As we saw the words triggered Will to get up and do that.
Thank you. Oh my God, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and right. Yes, words triggered Will, but it didn't trigger
Chris.
Here's
the thing. So my other thing too is knowing. There's a little history there too, because
I don't know the history. Please tell me, because I know it.
So I think in 2017, Chris Rock, I'm not sure if he was the host of the Oscars at that time, but he was definitely there. He also made another joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, and it had to do with the Oscars being too white, and Jada was on the front line of the movement of the Oscars being too white.
Okay.
So when he came out on stage, he made a little joke about oh, Jada Pinkett Smith is not here tonight because she thinks the Oscars are too white. Basically, well, she wasn't invited anyway, so what does she care? So I think that may have had something else to do with it.
Well, you don't think it has to do with the fact? And I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off again.
No,
but I'll continue.
Go ahead. No, go for it.
Do you think it might have to do with the fact that Will hasn't completely dealt with the fact that Jada was unfaithful?
I think in his speech, he touched a lot of things that had to do with it. I think that he's got some pent up anger.
Yeah.
I think as he researched his character for King Richard, it helped him to tap into some things. I think his public life with his family, how they raise their kids,
right?
His son possibly being fluid, daughter possibly being fluid,
right.
Like a lot of things, living in the public eye, people talking about his life, his open marriage. So I think that was probably the tipping point for him.
Wait a minute. Open marriage?
Yep. Oh yeah.
So what does open marriage entail?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's between them. But obviously, the relationship that she had with, her I forget the music artist's name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they had an entanglement.
And I was just about to say that.
Where they had the entanglement.
What the heck is an entanglement?
Entanglement. Yeah.
That's no entanglement. There's no confusion.
They had a situation, and
situation, entanglement, betrayal, which we hit on the other
right. Day. But this is the thing: is how can it be betrayal if they had, an open relationship? I think they publicly came out and said it on Jada's Red Table Talk. Shout out to Jada Pinkett Smith for Red Table Talk. But
yes, I love that.
they said it. They had a conversation about it on the Red Table Talk.
But was that conversation, said, yeah, we have an open type of relationship because of that? I mean, did they have that prior, or was it brought on?
I don't know. My understanding is that it was something they had before that. So
how do you feel about that, Marcos? Would you be in an open marriage like that?
I could never say that I wouldn't. I could never say that I wouldn't. I mean, it's something that you have to agree upon with two people. That's like any kind of relationship has to do with the people that are concerned in the relationship. What I say, about somebody's marriage or somebody's relationship, it doesn't matter. It doesn't concern me because I'm not in it. So whatever you have with someone, that's between the two of you to decide. And for me, it's an individual person. I don't know how, how we feel, how the sexual relation is, or, the intimacy is, or the mental conversation that we have. Maybe I need that from someone else, but I get the security and the intimacy and the love and everything else.
So in other words, you're getting two people to make up one person because one person has something you want and the other person has something that you want as well. But individually, they don't have the complete package. So
right.
You put them together and they do.
Right. And it could be, I'm not saying this is for me. I'm just saying I'm trying to maybe understand other people. Maybe it's not just one other person that they're getting it from. Maybe the person that you're in a relationship, the sex isn't good. So maybe you need other people in the sex, having sex, and your partner agrees with it.
Well, Marcos, then why even be with someone?
Because for an individual person, you don't like, if I know that I'm going home to someone, if I have security, if I have home, if I have love at home, if I have, all the things that I need, but the sex is whack, we have an understanding that I can get it from someone else, or you're unable to fulfill those sexual needs, or even, not just sexual, but maybe the mental need that whatever. Who am I to say? I can't, that's an agreement you have to come, with your partner. You don't think the relationships like that? You don't think that maybe there's like an older man with a younger woman, or a younger woman with an older man? Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't think that I would want two people. I would want one.
Right. I don't think so either.
I don't know. To me, that complicates things.
Yeah.
Because what if one of the other individuals, you have two individuals, what if one of them starts developing even more feelings for you and then really wants you all to themselves? That creates a whole situation.
Right.
But you know what, Marcos? I really want to hear from our audience. What do you think about this whole thing? Another thing, Marcos, that I've been hearing is that people are talking that his award should be taken away from him.
Yeah.
Incident. What do you think?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think there are other repercussions. First of all, I think that something should have been done that night.
Yes.
They have a couple of minutes in between. They knew he was going to get the Best Actor award right after that. So here's the thing. Here's the fall down. Because that happened, in between the commercial break, there was still chatter, people talking to Will. Oh, I can't believe that happened, blah, blah, blah. You could hear the chatter when the commercial ended and the show came back up. You could still hear it in the audience.
Right.
So not only did he do that, violence, he stole the moment from the following person who won the award. So Questlove, who won for Best Documentary for Summer of Soul, his moment's gone because people are still in the audience talking about what happened. Did you see? You know what happened? They're looking at Will. Is he okay? Is Chris okay? So that's still happening. Not only that, following that, Will Smith won for Best Actor. So he got up in tears and crying, and he took 5 minutes, which is longer than the normal time.
In the normal time, yeah.
Not only that, but he didn't even allow Venus and Serena to have their moment because they were supposed to come up on stage because it was their movie.
Oh my God, that's
so
right.
There's, you know what I mean? Right. So there's so many other people that were affected by that moment. Oh Chris Rock decided not to press charges, which he could have done.
He definitely could have done.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. And then you issue an apology, to the Academy. I don't think he should lose his award. It has nothing to do with the acting. It doesn't. Here, let's take it even a step deeper.
Go ahead.
So here we are, people of color. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is, I think, maybe the first Oscar show, the 60th Oscar show that's produced by a Black man who hired an all-Black production team.
Wow.
So this was history. And then an event like this happens.
He completely smeared all over it.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry to say this. I don't like to.
No, it is. We want to know what you guys think too. Write down in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking about this.
Yeah, please. I want to know. And then let's sum it up all together. Decisions. Do they keep you up at night? I'm sure that Will Smith was up that night.
I'm sure he was too.
And I'm sure he's been up subsequential nights.
Right.
What is this? What impact is this going to have on my life?
Right. And what impact does it have on Chris Rock's life? So, this is an event that's not going to die anytime soon. People are going to keep replaying this video. The minute it happened, videos were sent out, viral.
Yes.
Minutes after, real time. We're working in real time now. It was all over the world in minutes. In the US, they blurbed out the sound. Other places, they didn't have time to. So we got the sound bite everywhere. So what do you think Chris Rock's kids feel to see their dad punched on stage?
I think as a child, you're going to feel, I want to protect my father. Who is this man? Mm-hmm. And I know who this is. I don't know this person to be like that. So what does that mean?
Right. And
it also can bring up trust issues.
Yeah.
For children, if you're thinking in the psychological sense, because they could say, man, I know this good individual. What if I say something they don't like one day? What are they going to do? They're going to hit me. They're going to punch me. They're going to embarrass me. It has a lot of psychological repercussions as well.
Right. It does.
And the thing is that what is he showing? And again, this is taking it to the black and white situation. What is he showing the world?
The world, yeah.
That Black people don't have control, that Black people can't hold an event respectfully,
right,
and handle their grievances on the side.
Right.
What does this mean?
Right. Are they thinking, oh yeah, this is what we expected. This is exactly what we expected. We let, they were talking about inclusion and diversity, and we, give them an inch and they take a mile, and you see what happens, violence and associated with this is everything.
Yes.
Right. So what kind of image does that, give to society about the people of color?
And we fight so hard, right?
Right.
Me as a Latina, and you, we fight so
hard
to bring a different light to us.
Right.
To show people that, listen, we even have to defend the fact that we're intelligent.
Right. Is it ever okay to resort to violence?
No.
Is it ever okay?
No.
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 Words can't hurt me.
No. It's not that words can't hurt you. It's that you show more power by walking away, because you're not giving that person what they want. They're trying to get a rise out of you. They're trying to get you to react. They're trying to get a negative, feedback or interaction with you. Fight,
Right.
If you walk away, you're showing more strength. You're showing the ability of, you know what? I know who I am.
Right.
I know who I am. I don't need this. I'm walking away. It's easier said than done.
It is. Takes a lot of power.
Oh my God. Yes, yeah. Marcos, you just hit it. Where does the power lie?
Where does the power lie?
Where does the power lie?
That's it. And we want to know, you guys, where does the power lie with you? Are you able to control yourself? Are you able to, shut off things like that, make decisions and not resort to violence? How does that help you make better decisions about your life?
Yes.
Please drop us a comment. Please make sure you ring the bell. Follow us here at OneMicNite. And make sure you follow me at Marcos Luis. I'm Marcos Luis Everything. Go to the .com and find out what I have coming up next. How can they find you, Liz?
Me, I'm Liz Menezes, singer-songwriter. You can find me, and I'll spell it out, LizMenezes Music. Liz Menezes Music on all IG platforms, on all digital downloads with my music.
And make sure you listen to the audio podcast. The audio podcast is a little bit different. You can find that on all digital platforms. We're on Anchor FM. In fact, you can go to anchorfm.com/OneMicNite Talk, and you can show us a little love there. We appreciate you, and we thank you for joining us for this episode. Make sure you also follow Ashley. You can follow her at Ashley Elizabeth Green
yes.
on Instagram and Ash Inspired Living on Twitter. We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us for OneMicNite Talk. We're out.
Ciao, ciao.